Well, today on the bench, I'm going to tie you up Don's Caddis Emerger. You know, during the show, I said I wasn't going to show his fly, but hey, we always got to show the fly. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. We'll use a size 16 2x long curved nymph hook to tie on. We'll use some 12-aught tan thread to tie with. For the tail, we'll use some pheasant tail with brown antron over top. For the body, we'll use some brown flashabou, number 6934, some medium copper wire for the rib, some peacock prism dubbing for the thorax, some short fine bleached deer hair for the wing, and a Creed dry fly hackle for the hackle. So to start the fly off, I've put the thread on the hook and moved back to the hook bend. Now I've taken about 10 to 12 strands, fibers of my pheasant tail. I'm going to take a couple loose wraps, and then I'm going to pull it to length. And I want it the length about the hook gap. And once we have that length, tighten down. And cut off your excess. Now I've taken some brown antron, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a couple loose wraps over my antron, then I'm going to pull it to length. And I want to match it about the same length as the pheasant tail I put in. Now that our tail's tied in, I've moved my thread back towards my eyelet. I'm going to wrap in my medium wire, which will be used to rib the body up later. Now I'm taking 2 strands of my brown flashabou. I'm going to wrap this in, wrap it back towards the tail, and then I'm going to wrap it forward to form the body. And don't go all the way to the eyelet. Leave some room for your thorax. Now the body's tied in, I'm going to take my medium wire and I'm going to form 3 to 4 ribs up the fly. Now I've taken a small amount of my peacock prism dubbing. I'm just going to wrap it on my thread and form a small thorax on the fly. Now I've taken a small clump of my stacked light bleached deer hair. I'm going to measure it up the wing to be about the length of the hook, and I'm going to tie it in. Take a couple loose wraps first and then tighten down. Once we have it tied in, I'm going to take my scissors and just cut off the deer hair at the back just to form a nice little back wing on the fly. Now I'm going to take my Cree hackle, take a couple of wraps right in between the main wing and the back wing, and tie it in, and then we're going to wrap it forward to form the hackle on the fly. And I like it fairly bushy, so 3 to 4 wraps is good. Now to finish the fly off, I'm not going to move my thread forward. I'm going to actually whip finish right where the hackle was to finish off the fly. Okay. So there it is, Dawn's Caddis Emerger. What I've found is this fly in a size 18 is an absolute killer on the Columbia River. So make sure you have some in your fly box.